back again. My name is Bunmi Aguda. Today I'll be talking about the throne of justice in Nigeria that stinks, according to the state security agencies in Nigeria. I'll always have my opinion on the heavy mess that oozes out of the judiciary in Nigeria. Wow! The Department of the State Security Service stormed the homes of some Supreme Court and High Court judges in Nigeria in the middle of the night. The merciful God. It certainly cannot get worse than this. The DSS has released a statement confirming our fears. Those that we relied on to administer justice in the highest court in the land has messed up the institution of justice with massive corruption. Some of the revelation would make any mortal to tremble. A confirmation of the fact that Nigeria has been turned to a banana republic. The presidency has also released a statement indicating that the judiciary is not the target, but the bad eggs that has turned justice upside down in the land, and for too long too. As a responsible citizen of this country, you must pause and evaluate the press releases by the DSS and the presidency. If your motivation is patriotism, you must salvage your soul, be blunt, and demand for a speedy investigation, and any judge found wanting must face the stiffest punishment. We have listened to several arguments on why the judges were arrested. If the judges should have been arrested, why make arrests in the middle of the night and all sorts of arguments? It is an expose of everything that is wrong with us as a people. The Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, issued a statement which in our opinion is most disgraceful. They queried why judges should be arrested for corruption in the first place. After all, according to them, the Nigerian Judicial Council could as well discipline them. Seriously, same NBA with a first-hand knowledge of the debilitating corruption in the judiciary. Perhaps the Nigerian Union of Journalists too should be allowed to discipline members that engages in criminal corruption. Listening to this sort of demoralizing arguments from a supposed learned body is the biggest torture possible for sane citizens. Hello, my people. Get this straight. Corruption is deadly. Corruption is a killer of destiny. Corruption is a monster that devours the development of a nation. Corruption ruins a nation. There is no greater calamity to a people than corruption. And when it happens to desecrate the throne of justice, that would ultimately mark a devastating end to our race. In my own point of view, judges are next to God. They can determine life or death. They can ruin or build careers. They are the string that hold together a society. There is no group of people that can do greater harm to a society than the judges. A corrupt judiciary is a shame to a nation. Stop your dubious arguments right now. We have sought clarification from both ends. The judges are not above the laws of the land. The Nigerian Judicial Council does not have the right to prosecute for criminal offences. The Nigerian security apparatus are empowered to investigate, make arrests, and prosecute anyone caught in criminal acts. The judges are no exception. Don't make me cry, my dear. When you have the first-hand information of the humongous sum recovered from the houses of supposed judges, who by virtue of their profession are not cleared by law to engage in businesses, but still argue in defense of this criminality, makes you a minus to humanity. Humanity does not need you. You are a greater danger than the bribe-taking judges. Mind you, the judges are innocent until conviction, but the facts on the table stinks. In a country where a governor, a chief security officer of a state, attempts to physically confront the security agencies to stop the arrest of anyone for that matter by a functional security arm of the federal government, isn't this a cause for great worry? If you agree that corruption can spell doom for a people, if you agree that corruption has eaten deep into our roots as a nation, if you agree that corruption is cardinal to why 70% of our people live below acceptable poverty line, if you believe corruption is a major reason why justice is beyond the reach of the poor in Nigeria, then why manufacture arguments against efforts aimed at exposing the bad eggs in the judiciary? Are you kidding me? You mean it was wrong to have arrested a bribe-taking judge in the midnight? Wow, are you serious? When would you have preferred such arrest is made? Go check the laws before you put forward horrible arguments. Go check the laws establishing the DSS. Are you of the opinion that there is any other thing that threatens national security, state and citizen interests greater than a corrupt judge? Are you feigning ignorance of the fact that the national interest is the people's interest? Are you simply confused as a result of the effect of decades of bad governance? What exactly is the reason behind your predicament for failing to see a clear distinction between criminality and academic shenanigans? I repeat, the interest of the state is the interest of the people. This is the basic of democracy. The people and the state as a whole is at risk when corruption desecrates the institution of justice. Get this in and go too. Justice is a condition for peace. A corrupt judge is a funnel to igniting anarchy. No personal or official development is envisaged in a state of lawlessness and anarchy. A responsible government must therefore deploy the services of every security apparatus of the state to combat such a crime that could prelude a breakdown of the system. I listened to one of our fans who asked, why pull down the door to make arrests? I do not blame him for putting forward such questions though. Long years of absurdity has probably affected his ability to look beyond our shores in terms of functional government. For your information, the law is swift, the law is sacrosanct, the law is no respecter of anyone, no one is above the law, not even the commander-in-chief. The security agencies are authorized to investigate, arrest and prosecute. The law is clear, it applies to everyone except those with immunity. Immunity against arrest covers only the commander-in-chief, the vice president, and the governors, no more no less. There is no time designated for an arrest. An arrest could be made any time of the day. This is the prerogative of the security agency involved. Once the security officers are at your door armed with arrest warrants, you have an obligation to let them in. Failure to do so is calling for your door to be kicked off or pulled down. For your information, if all the above fails, the law permits a bulldozer taking down the walls. All this can happen in a rapid manner in executing the law. Don't let anyone fool you. This is how it works. Even in advanced democracies, go and get educated about how it works in the countries where we copy democracy and rule of law. Stop making yourself a laughingstock. Your children, even those unborn, will read your opinions based on current facts. Join the efforts to make Nigeria great again. Support the cleaning of the judiciary. Support the cleaning of our society. Support the efforts to bring corruption to its nail. Even if you benefit in the current corrupt reading arrangements, you will see clearly at the long run that you would be better off under a credible system that encourages justice. Life is uncertain under a system that puts justice on the laps of only those that can afford it. The next generation needs you. So put up your voice, say no to corruption, and don't argue in its favor. May God bless Nigeria. But remember, it's just my opinion.